Tuesday morning, everyone. This is Sharon Michaels of SharonMichaelsAuthor.com, and I wanted to say have a great Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to catch you up on what's going on around here and also to celebrate the 5th anniversary or birthday of the Prickly Pear Murder, the first in the Oscar Doxy Detective Cozy Mystery Short Read series. But first of all, I want to say that my newsletter, author newsletter, went out this morning with a survey in it. And if you will please take about 30 seconds to answer the survey, I'd truly appreciate it. So look in your inbox email and look for the newsletter, and it's a short survey that will help me with next year's or this coming year's writing and marketing. I truly appreciate it. So it is a special email. I usually have my emails for my newsletter going out every Thursday. This one came out this morning early. There's a short survey. Shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds. So I'd appreciate it if you just, tap on the link and answer the survey. So thank you very much in advance. I truly appreciate it. I want to remind you that this month, and I have my paper right here so I don't forget anything, there is a January binge reading challenge going on, and it is with the Oscar Doxy Detective 4-book mysteries. And the reason I'm doing this is because, is because the Prickly Pear Murder is 5 years old this month. I can't believe it. I don't know where the time has gone. You can see they're in paperback, Kindle, and Kindle Unlimited, and they're short reads. So you can read all 4 in a binge read. There's 4 of them. And the first one is the Prickly Pear Murder. The second is the Couponers Club. I usually say couponers, like cucumber. Okay, never mind. And the Kindred Spirits Mystery. And the 4th one is the Oscar Imposter Mystery. So let me tell you about the binge reading challenge I have going on here and in my Chatting with Sharon group. Here's the challenge. Read all 4 Oscar short read cozy mysteries between now and the 31st of the month. Share a favorite quote from each book in the comment section on this page. Name the book and the quote, or you can private message me, or you can email me with the book title and the quote. Your name goes into a drawing, and on February 1st, 2022, you can win a $10 Amazon e-gift card and a chance to name the bad guy and help with the plot in a future Oscar cozy mystery book. And that probably will be coming out in the summer. So Facebook and Meta have nothing associated with this challenge. It's all me. So enjoy the fun reading the first series I ever wrote and grab all 4 Oscar mysteries. And they're available, as I said, in paperback, Kindle, and on Kindle Unlimited. But what I wanted to share too is a bit about Oscar. And people ask me, why did you start reading or writing fiction, and how did you come up with these Oscar, the Doxy Detective mysteries? Well, it all started with Oscar. And when Oscar passed away, I wanted to honor his memory in some way, and I thought the best way would be to write about some of his quirks, some of his traits, some of the fun things we did. But I want to tell you about Oscar, the dog that was the inspiration for the entire series. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to hold it up. This is the original rescue that I saw on Pet Finders. And the year was 2004, August 24th, 2004. This is the original listing I saw on Pet Finders, and I'm going to read it to you. When we saw that little face, I don't know if you can see that little face. See that little face? My husband and I said, that's our dog. Okay, the name is Oscar. He's a dachshund. The size is small. The age is adult. He's a male. Here are the notes. Hi, my name is Oscar, and I'm a 5-year-old mini dachshund. I'm a little thin, but once I gain weight, I will only be around 10 pounds. I'm a great little boy and I'm very mellow. He wasn't mellow when we got him. I love attention and I am very sweet. I am house trained, but I do have a small bladder, so I need to go out more often. I get along well with other dogs and I am good with children, although I should be in a home with older children because I'm so small. And then it talks about the adoption fee. Well, let me tell you, when we went to meet this little guy, what happened. So we drive all the way. It was a long distance. We drive all the way. And why did we decide to get a dachshund in 2004? Well, at the time, my mom and my uncle, my father had just passed away. My mom and uncle were living next door to us. And it was just a time when we needed something else, something special, something to love, something to cuddle in our lives. And we decided we wanted to adopt a mature dog. So we looked at Pet Finders, we saw Oscar, we said, this is it. So we filled out all the adoption papers. It was like adopting a human, seriously. They called all of our references. They did everything we needed to do to adopt a dachshund. So we drive and we get to the house where this rescue is, and the rescue was they rescued Dobermans, Danes, Great Danes, and Dachshunds. Little Dachshunds with these great big dogs, right? So we get there and we open the door and she said he's in the kitchen eating. Well, if you have a dachshund or if you know a dachshund, they're always eating, right? So we go in and Oscar comes running out. The first thing he does is he stops and he growls at me. And he gives me this really mean look. And then he runs to my husband. So excited. His whole body is shaking. His tail is wagging. He's so excited to see my husband. He rolls over on his back and wants a belly rub. I walk up next to him. He growls at me again. He obviously did not like women. Or there was just something about me. I'm not quite sure. But anyway. So he wanted the belly rubs, and we sat down in the living room. He came. He wanted to be in Oleg's arms and getting the belly rubs, and he was still growling at me. But we said, this is him. This is the dog we want. This is our new baby. We're taking him home. And really, that was the best thing we've ever done, other than get married to each other, right? And one thing, in the first month when Oleg and I would hug, Oscar would jump up and try to bite me in the tushy. Now, first of all, dachshunds should not be jumping up, right? Anybody who has a dachshund knows they should not be jumping up. And number two, him jumping up trying to bite me in the tushy every time we hugged, that wasn't working so well. But it took a while for him to trust and stop doing that. So we surmised that he had an issue with women, and somehow the women getting physical with someone. And we don't know his background because he's a rescue. But after years of looking into all this, we figured he was in a puppy mill. And he was used as a stud in a puppy mill because he was found in the desert with two other females. And their little innards were hanging out. And one of them had to be put down and the other one was adopted. But we figured they were wandering around the desert in the middle of the summer in Arizona. So they were just dumped from a puppy mill. And somehow he survived. But he was so thin, he was only 6 pounds. And his normal weight should be between 10 and 11. So that's how we came. And I'm going to tell a story, maybe a couple times this week about Oscar, because he's so special to us. And he was such an inspiration for writing these stories. And he just worked his way into our heart. And he came in our lives when we needed him. And he needed us, and it was a perfect match for us. So that was the beginning of our life with Oscar, and this was the listing of adopting Oscar. So, and the rescue, which is no longer available, is 3D Rescue of Arizona, Danes, Dobes, and Dachshunds. Big dogs and little tiny wiener dogs, right? So that's how Oscar came into our lives. And there's so much more about Oscar. He was written up in a magazine. He was written up in the newspaper. The guy was a star. What can I say? But after a month, he stopped jumping on me, and my husband and I took on different roles. My husband cooked for him, took him out, played with him. I was the nurturer. When he wasn't feeling well, he came to me. When he wanted some loving, he came to me. When we got him, he didn't know how to play. He didn't know how to really walk on a leash. So we went on this adventure together, and we have absolutely no regrets, and we still talk about him to this very day. So a lot of Oscar traits are in these books. They're all about Oscar, a lot of his traits, many of his friends. I changed the names, but many of his friends are in this book too. So The Prickly Pear Murder is the first book in the 4 Oscar series, and that's why I wrote the series, and it was the first one I ever wrote, and it was just fun. And you know, I'm no Hemingway when I started writing all of this, but it was just fun. So I wanted to let you know that. Also, please know that next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, is my new release, No Surprises, Please, which will be available in Kindle, Kindle Unlimited, and paperback. Right now, the Kindle is available for pre-order on Amazon. And it is in the Pam and Paul Bigelow Cozy Mystery Novella series. And this one is a little different than I ever wrote before. And I'm just going to read you just a little bit about it, but there's all kinds of surprises, twists and turns. And it's the same characters, but a little different twist to it. Pam meets a ghost in the attic who was the first mistress of the house that they bought. They bought the Captain Winslow house. She was the first mistress, and there's unfinished business that she's asking Pam to help her finish. And of course, there's a mystery because it is a cozy mystery. It's available now for pre-order, and what that means is you don't get charged until the day that it comes out, which is the 20th of January. They'll charge your card and then immediately download it to your Kindle. So you can pre-order it now, and then when you wake up in the morning, boom, it'll be on your Kindle, all ready to read. And it will be in paperback too. So I just wanted to keep you posted on what's going on here. On Chatting with Sharon, I'm going to read the prologue from No More Surprises, Please. So if you're on my Chatting with Sharon group, which you should be because we have a lot of fun over there, after you watch this video, come on over to that video, and I'm going to read the prologue to the book. So I'm excited about this book. I'm excited about the Oscar series. Reliving all this again is so much fun. And you see my other books behind me, including my goal setting book. So I want you to have a great 2022. I'm going to come back on with some more Oscar stories this week and probably next week, just because all of a sudden I just want to talk about them. I can't believe it's been 5 years since the first Oscar book came out, but it is. You know, it's been one of my very favorite series, and of course every time I look at it I think about our Oscar and how much we miss him, but thank goodness. And there's a picture of him back there. There's a picture of him all over my office. What can I say? But have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. What is it? It's like 8:30 in the morning here. Lips aren't moving real well yet, but you know, my heart's in the right place, so forgive me. But I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, have a great day, and just be positive. You know, there are great books to read. There are great people to be around. Have a good time. Stay safe, stay healthy. And thank you so much for watching this video. And don't forget, answer their survey in the newsletter. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.